chasing Derek Chisora over town for Joe.
Everywhere.
And it's going to be a huge night on May the 5th. This is a great fight. We saw a real good British world title fight last week. This is a great all-British domestic dust-up. And trust me, if you thought the first one was exciting, this is going to knock the socks off it.
Yep, let's hope it lives right up to it and even exceeds. I'm sure that Team Haye believe there's plenty of desire left. Let's bring in Adam Morley.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks, Eddie. I mean, I'm a firm believer that you grow from your struggles and you grow from things that have gone wrong. And as Eddie just said, back in November, David was looking in phenomenal shape and had an unfortunate injury. And I think he's come back from what happened on March the 4th. He rehabbed his Achilles. That took a long time. It took dedication. It took training. Then that happens in November. All that hard work's gone. Back on it. And David's now looking lean, mean. And when Eddie talks about desire, I see this guy every day. I see what he eats. I see what he does. I see what he puts himself through. I look after a number of boxers, and you know, very few do what David Haye does and maintain their physical condition every day and are so dedicated. And, you know, I've heard a few things that Tony said about the real David and whether the real David's going to come out. And I can assure you, David, he certainly doesn't listen to me or anyone else. He does what he wants to do, and he's not faking it. He is who he is. And he's not inspired by animosity. He doesn't need animosity or another guy to wind him up to get him going. David is going to become world champion again, and that's what inspires him, and that's what inspired him when he had that injury and he was down. I saw him then, and to build up from that and to build back to May the 5th, you know, he's got the steel, he's got the determination, he's got the will to win, and he goes to detail, he goes into levels of detail. He's now got what I think is the best coach in the world in Ismail Salas. He's got the best nutrition. He's got incredible levels of discipline. And, you know, he subscribes to the marginal gains theory. He's focusing on the 5th of May. And then after that, he's focusing on becoming a world champion. So his dedication is nowhere near in doubt. What he's gone through, what he's had to survive this year. And now he's looking incredible.
Thanks, Adam. David is with an amazing trainer who's had some wonderful world champions come through his mess, and has done an amazing job with Jorge Linares in recent times. Let's bring in Ismail Salas. Great to see you.
Hi. Hi. Hi to everyone. Good afternoon. Anyway, we are here. We've been through 8 months of work with David Haye. We work, no nice talk, no beautiful talk, but we do what we say. We mean. So, not much. Just see you on May 5th.
And a very, very good trainer on the other side of the table. Really emerged in the last 4 or 5 years to become one of the leading guys in the world, I think. He knows his boxing inside and out. Dave Caldwell.
Yeah, we're here 10 weeks out. Like Eddie said, it seemed an age away to the fight. Now it seems real. Training's, you know, we've been ticking over, we've been getting there. Now we're properly into training camp, sparring, doing everything. Once I think you start sparring, then it gets real. Fighters believe it's real. You know, you can do all the stuff on the floor and the preparation and the conditioning that you want. I think once fighters start swapping blows, then you know that you're coming towards a fight. And these next 10 weeks are going to fly now. So I'm excited. You know, I've got that excitement back about this fight. Tony's got the excitement back about the fight, because you know, it was a bitter blow when the fight was postponed, and then it just seemed so far away. But now we're enjoying things. I'm enjoying first fight took Tony away from what he was doing. We had a plan for what was going to happen in the second half of the fight. And because you can't, when something happens like that, you can't really account for emotions. And Tony got emotionally involved when he saw, you know, he saw a man with an injury there, and the change in the fight pattern just goes out the window. And he fought recklessly. I didn't think he fought very well in the last 6 rounds or so, 5 rounds or so. So I'm expecting a much better Tony Bellew. I'm expecting a better David Haye. I've said when the first fight was made, I expected him to be light. I expected him to be sharp, fast, setting traps, being smart. And then we didn't get that on March the 4th. I'm expecting that on May the 5th.
And I've got the heart, I've got the desire. I think anybody who watched that last fight realizes and know that, you know, I could have, you know, potentially pulled out. A lot of fighters would have done, but I showed, you know, I don't get paid any extras for keep on going, but I did, and because I'm here to win, I leave it all on the line. And, you know, as I said, it sounds harsh, but you're willing to go as far as you need to go in the ring to get the victory, because that's really living. When that bell rings, that's when I feel in my heart that I'm truly alive. So I'm doing everything humanly possible behind the scenes, working with my coach, strength and conditioning coach, making sure that I'm optimal. I don't believe I was optimal first time round. I believe I boxed horrendously. I believe Tony Bellew was a major factor in that. It's all good and well me saying, you know, I didn't box good, but he forced me to box bad, which is a skill in its own right. So you have to give Tony Bellew for credit. You know, did he get under my skin? Maybe. I
absolutely.
Yeah, agreed. And I needed that fuel at the time, because on paper you had a heavyweight fight and a cruiserweight. I didn't see anything in his arsenal to give me any problems. So I thought, okay, let me, you know, if I just.
The worst world champion you've ever seen was your words.
Exactly.
The worst world champion you've ever seen. They're the exact words you used.
Exactly. This is exactly what I said, and that's how I believed. And come fight night, that didn't work out. It was completely out the window. Tony Bellew bettered me, and that's it. I've got an opportunity, thankfully. What would have hurt the most is if I would never have had the opportunity to right what I believe was the wrongs. But here we go, May 5th. You know, Tony Bellew, I believe, is going to be in better shape. His coach, I'm fully aware of the situation he had in his personal life prior to that aborted fight. So everything happens for a reason. One thing I can be sure of is Tony Bellew will be better than he was the first fight, because he needs to be, and so will I, because I need to be as well. And I'm just excited. I'm happy, and the fact that all of you guys are out today showed that the impact and how much this fight has got people excited, and that's why I'm in boxing. In boxing, to have the fights people care about, and people genuinely feel passionately about this fight one way or another. Either they think I'm finished, or they think Tony's going to smash me up, or they think it's going to be a great fight. Anybody who paid to go to the O2 on March the 4th for the first fight got more than their money's worth. Anybody who paid for pay-per-view, and there's a few people who didn't pay pay-per-view because they didn't think the fight was worthy of that, because they thought I'd knock him out in a couple of rounds. That never happened by any stretch, and all of those people are gutted they didn't watch the first fight. And this time around, they're going to be tuning in this time, because they know that it's going to be two fighters who are willing to go the whole way. And I'm just happy that I'm physically in a good place. I've got my team around me. Everyone's happy. I'm happy that Tony Bellew is, because we've got ourselves an absolute cracker of a fight. So make sure you guys tune in and enjoy a night of boxing.
Am I not the worst world champion in the world anymore? Am I actually better than that this time? I'm not the worst ever. I'm not the crappiest world champion.
Well, if you were, what does that say about me?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I got beaten. If
you said, I'm just going by what you said. I mean,
champion. So that makes me way below that.
Last time we were in a press conference, it was Tony Bellew who's going to be asleep viciously inside 2 rounds. It was going to be, I'm going to take over the world. I'm going to end matchroom sports. I'm going to laugh at Eddie Hearn. But now all of a sudden it's this humble approach, and then Maz.
It's the real. You humbled me. You humbled me, Tony.
I did not.
You humbled me in that ring. Then
it's Adam.
Had your hand raised.
That didn't happen. That didn't happen. So he's telling me. That didn't happen.
You won the fight. I lost. Look at BoxRec. I lost the fight. You won the fight. You humbled me. You beat me. You took my best and you dished out yours, and the towel came flying in because you were the better man.
on the
I don't know what more I can say about that.
There's
You
not
better
much
me.
to say
This
about
time
him.
round, I
I'm
believe
just
it'll be
saying-
different. This time round, I believe. But then again, I believed the first time.
I
and I was
can't
wrong.
understand how
Maybe
there's a
my
big,
beliefs aren't there
there's a
yet.
complete flip round, a switch on not just the fight, but everything.
You
What's
caused
happened,
the flip round. You caused
what's
it.
happened?
Aren't you
to-
happy with that? You
I'm
said you
going
wanted to
end
humble
it.
me. You
Eddie's
humbled me.
apples and pears, mate. The last time I looked, you was on the Comedy Channel saying apples and pears. Now you're coming on this bill demanding to make fights that you should make on your own channel. You want to make Del Boy and Joe Joyce over there. Why don't you stick it on your channel? Why do you want to stick it on our bill? Because we've got to pay for it? Is that why you want to stick it on this one?
Derek Chisora doesn't want to do it on our one.
It's not about Derek Chisora. It's about you wanting to get your fights out there because they get seen by about 25 people every time they turn on Dave.
I'm not going to do it this time,
Taking the
Tony. I'm not taking the bait, son. I'm not
don't
taking
need
it.
you
I
to
took
take
it
the
last
bait.
time. I allowed you to do it last time.
I don't need you to take the bait.
I can't be bothered.
I don't
genuinely.
need you to take
I'm
the
going to
bait.
go to the gym right here and I'm going to train.
Same
I'm gonna
as
be
me.
in great shape.
The same as
And that's
you
it.
done
And
last time, David. The same as you
maybe-
done last time. You
maybe I allowed
trained
it.
brilliantly
I allowed
last
it to
time.
get into my psyche.
You
Maybe I allowed
whipped
it.
your top off. You look fine.
Tony,
It's a fight, David. It's just a fight, and that's all we
More
do.
than the fight. That's the thing. It's not just a fight.
It is. It's just a
not-
fight, mate. It's
not-
just a fight.
It's not. That's what I've realised. It's not just a fight. Because if it was just a fight, it should have went a certain way last time, and it didn't. So it was more than the fight. It's more than that.
So
goes
if
deeper.
it's more than a fight,
Goes
can you
way deeper than that.
Can you educate me, please, and tell me what it is? Because I must be missing
It's about a
something.
mentality. It's about
All geared towards a fight. It's just a
fight.
fight.
It's a fight. It's about athletic performance. You know, it's
You would outdo
putting
me
your
on
life-
that
it's
one.
Putting your life on the line. It's doing everything needed to be done, and I'm
All to
very
do
happy
with
that.
just
I'm very happy.
a fight.
Yeah, it's
just
it's
a
what
fight.
I've been doing for many, many years.
Me
and
too.
I'm enjoying it more than I've ever enjoyed.
sure you
Even
are.
While I was world champion, I'm enjoying training. I'm enjoying my life more now than I've ever.
Sure you
ever
are.
Past. And I want to keep this going. Let's hope that on fight night I feel as good as I feel now, and the performance goes as I anticipate. As if it is the case,
I'm the one seeing the Buddhist when you need to make sure you're there that night, mate. I'm with the rosary beads every night like this, praying you just turn up every single time.
I will.
I'm like,
I
I
will.
know you
Don't
will.
you worry
This
about
time,
that. Don't worry
this
about
time I know you'll turn up. Well, I know you will. That's the best part. I know, and I don't know where you're getting in your mind. I don't sign up to fights where another fighter's going to turn up. So you or the little guy next to you keep saying that I'm not pushing the fight, and I'm saying you're going to pull out. I haven't said in one single interview you're not going to turn up. Not one. Why would I sign up to a fight that's not going to happen? It doesn't make any sense. I've give you every credit since the first fight was made. Never mind the second fight. I always give you credit because you can't take away how much of a fabulous athlete you are, how much of a great career you had, but it doesn't matter because it's been and gone. And on May the 5th, mate, you are finished. I promise you that. It is all going to end on May the 5th. And when you look in my eyes, you know I'm not telling lies. I really 100% believe it.
Tony, how did you feel when you got the call from Eddie, and how have you dealt with the last few weeks and getting back to business?
I definitely can't repeat the words that came out of my mouth to Eddie on that phone. So, I was just on my way to complete. You guys say it was November. I thought it was December when you gave me the call, but
Maybe.
I don't know. I was on my way to the sparring session, and Dave refused to let me spar, to be honest. So I wanted to actually still spar, even though the fight was off. A lot of different thoughts were going through my mind. In all honesty, though, the actual fight wasn't the first one. There was still the family issues apart from that. So it is what it is. You know, injuries do happen in boxing. David's been very unfortunate that it's happened to him on a number of occasions. Like I say, he's a fantastic athlete when you can push your body and do the things that he can do, which I'm sure are off the Richter scale for what he can actually do physically. He's going to sustain injuries. I just hope they wrap him up in cotton wool, bubble wrap and everything for this camp, and sing him nursery rhymes every night, because I just need him to turn up, mate, on May the 5th. I've got a lot riding on it, simple as that. I ain't got that long left in this business. I understand what this business does to you. I understand what the training does to your body. And believe you me, mate, I've got there the hard way. Ain't no one helped me. Ain't no one give me a leg up at any stage in my career. Everything I earned, everything I've got, I earned the hard way.
Amen.
Commonwealth, European titles. Yeah, I'm sure you did, mate, when you was having them great promotional deals or, you know, picking and choosing whatever you wanted. great. You earned it anyway. You deserved it. Like I said, you've always been a brilliant fighter in my eyes. You're always going to be a brilliant fighter. But all good things have to come to an end at some stage. And it is going to come to an end. I've prepared well. It's doing me nothing that I'm sparring this far out, but I understand. Listen, you've taken a whole year out of my career and my life. A whole year. You personally have done that. It's a great ringtone, that. You've taken a whole year.
You've been compensated for that year, though, don't
Yep.
that.
I've been compensated.
You've been compensated, financially compensated for those years.
We're going on about finance again. You made more than me. You made more than me, so you financially made out better than I have.
No, compared to the rest of your career.
No.
The financial compensation.
It doesn't matter. You've made out better than I have. Yeah, but you've made better than I have, and I'm the one who's active. I like to stay busy. You've cost me a whole year from the minute the last fight was finished.
You won't miss any meals.
I'm not being compensated now. I'm out an awful lot of money now because the last camp cost me, and not just financially, but mentally, it cost me more than you'll ever know. And you know what? I don't pull out of fights. You know that. I fight no matter what. I was going to put it all on the line, and I was in a much worse position than you with one bicep, with one Achilles. You could have torn my fucking legs off, and I'd have carried on. I'd have tried to fight. The position I was in mentally for the last fight, I was still going ahead because I fight. When I sign contracts, I mean it. But it's you. You've done it so many times, so, you know, it is what it is. But forget about that.
It's in the past.
The main thing is
May 5th.
You financially earned a lot more than I did, so I don't even know why you brought that up. I don't even know why we're talking about finances.
It's about money.
It's never about money with me.
Let's make it May 5th.
It was never about money with me. I've been there and done that. My money's gone now, so the money I earned last March is gone, mate. It's invested. It's doing a fantastic job. It's working for me now.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. That's what it's all about.
It is. Really, really is. I can tell you that for nothing.
So it's all on the line, May the 5th, David. You don't win, it's over for you. You win, and then
even if I win, if I don't look how I believe I can, if I watch the video back and it's not the guy that I believe can beat some of these champions, then it's away. Then that's it. I'll be happy with the revenge, and I'll bow out gracefully and focus on other things other than.
You can't knock out the worst world champion in boxing.
Exactly. If I
That's
can't do that, then what am I doing in the
What are
game?
you playing at?
What am I doing?
How is this second fight even happening? That's what you're thinking in your mind.
Exactly.
Can't believe it. I know you can't.
I can't believe it, but it
Can't
happened.
believe
I do
this
believe
fat
it now.
fool across the table on me has beaten me. I cannot believe it. Well, you better believe it.
I watched
Was
the
it
fight back.
happened?
I've seen it.
I know.
With my own eyes. I was in there taking the
See,
punches.
you're missing by a mile.
Yeah, missing all over the
Could
shop.
have stuck first class stamps on them punches. They missed by that much.
Chasing shadows, I was.
You
Chasing
was, son.
shadows.
I enjoyed it.
Missed aimlessly. Yeah.
But, you know, it is what it is. I'm sure it won't happen again.
it is a wonderful era for the heavyweights, David. So win this, and it is Joshua the target.
I can't even mention Anthony Joshua's name, or I've got the fight done in good style. If I don't, then I can't talk about Wilder, Parker, any of the champions. My performance last time out.
You've never spoke about Wilder anyway, to be honest. So that's not going.
I said I can't speak about him.
You've never spoke about Wilder. Full stop. You've always dodged him. You've never even entered his name. Has never entered your mouth when it comes to fighting. It's we're friends. We've sparred. It's this. It's always been Anthony Joshua. Why? Because Anthony Joshua makes a load more money. That's why you've not mentioned Deontay Wilder's name. Don't worry, because I wouldn't either. Seen the size of him? He's massive.
And Tony, beyond May the 5th, or you just don't think beyond?
Nah, just get home safe, Adam. The same job as the last time. The game plan's exactly the same. Just get home safe, reevaluate, wait for Eddie's call, and I'm sure he'll have another crazy idea to go with, or something else. He's the brains. I'm just the monkey that has a good go.
What happens, Tony, May the 5th?
Just a good fight, hopefully. Just a good fight. He's going to turn up. He'll be lighter. I've watched David Haye's whole career, far more than the men with him. I've studied him since I was a kid, since I was young. From the minute we sparred a decade ago, I always knew one day it was going to happen. I've watched his career perfectly. I know when he moves this way, what he's going to do that way. I know what he does when he's under pressure. The only thing I didn't know what he does is what he does when he's injured. That's the only thing I wasn't anticipating in the fight. So it'll be a good night. It'll be a good fight. Make no mistake. I've said it once before, and I'm not like David. I'm a realist. I'm not a fantasist. This fight can be ended in 20 seconds. Make no mistake. If I get caught clean and cold with that right hand of his, I'm going down. I'm going to get up, don't worry. You know, I'm going to keep getting up as many times as I can. May need the referee to save me. But there's another flip side to that coin. If I hit his whiskers with my left hook, he's going down too. And with him coming in lighter this time than last time, he's going to be even more vulnerable and susceptible. There's one thing that's perfectly seen through both of our careers is I don't tire in 12-round fights. He does. And it will show again. Be as relaxed and give me all this nonsense talk you want. But when the bell goes and it's just me and him, at some stage David will revert to type. And when he reverts to type, the same crazy fight will unload again. Everyone will see it. You know, I told everyone the first time and everybody laughed at me. And people will say, oh, well, you only beat him because of an injury. Okie doke, so be it. But according to his words before the fighters, I'm going to be in a coma. This will be my last ever British Boxing Board of Control bout. They were his words, not mine. And I know he's trying to direct everyone away from that, but that's what he said. Nothing has changed in his mindset from now till then. And he can say, you beat me, you've humbled me. Bollocks. Absolute bollocks. That's what that is. He knows what he believes. He knows what he sees. He watches the tapes. I know he does. He studies them religiously. He knows, well, he thinks he only lost because of that injury. I know that deep down, and so does he. Even though he was made to look stupid and ridiculous in them first 5 rounds, he'll still not take that in. He will still believe that he's just going to blow me away like last time. And he will say, after the fight, yeah, I was injured, I was this, I was that. That's what's going through his mind. I don't care what he says or what he does. Or I know because I've studied him his whole career. Like I say, looked up to him at times, admired him from afar. Brilliant fighter, great at what he does. My opinion of him hasn't changed from the first fight. I expect to turn up on May the 5th and I've probably the single biggest punching heavyweight in the world in front of me. Don't take anything away from him. He's the most dangerous heavyweight in the world with one punch. But that does not last long. And I do. And we'll see on May the 5th.
And finally, David, what is the mindset? What is going to happen? And how vital is it for you?
Just win. Turn up healthy, sharp, fast, good game plan, and implement it. It's nice, it's simple. Mindsets, win. Mindset's to be focused, is to do the best, be the best version of myself I can be, and get the victory.
Do you think it will be as crazy as it was last time?
It may be. It may be. Anything can happen. You know, before that first fight, as I said, I would have bet my life that wouldn't have happened. But you know, life throws curveballs at you sometimes in the form of punches, which I received plenty of on March the 4th. So May 5th, anything's possible. Anything's possible, but I will, as always, do the best I can, and that should be violent knockout. This is it. My 26 of my 28 victories have come by a knockout, so I'm going to do what I...
So same prediction as last time.
I'm knockout. If I don't knock you out...
Violent one as well.
There you go.
Does it have to be violent?
There's no sensitive knockouts, are there?
Of course there is. Did you not watch Howard Foster stop George Groves and Carl Froch the first time? There was nothing violent about that. It was a very...
The second one there was. That was pretty violent.
I said the first one, not the second one. Are you deaf?
Well, I'm going to choose the second one, right?
Oh,
the
okay.
first one,
No, I was just saying, does it have to be violent?
Ideally, yes.
Okay, well,
it goes on the show reel, and that's
slowly but surely David's coming out. Slowly but surely. I mean, I'll get him by the end, you know. I'll keep
I'll
keep casting the rod.
They call me the haymaker for a reason, because I'm chucking haymakers. I threw that was missing last time.
Fucking hell, you hit the lights last time, not me.
Exactly. This time we're going to rein them in a little bit more focused with the haymakers. So tune in, don't miss it.
Haymaker 3.0.
28.6 by the time I get in the ring.
John McClane is back.
He's back, baby.
Die Hard never dies. Never goes away. Well, you know.
You get down in the front now. Man in the check shirt.